Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 144. This time we're discussing only 5 episodes of the series, episodes 5 through 9. The first 3 are standalone episodes, 8 and 9 is a two-parter. Yep, 8 is simply this. You have red flash, pink flash and yellow flash, just cruising along, and all of a sudden we see a runaway refrigerator. Yeah, it turns out this beast warp possessing this thing. Apparently the thing is like, oh, let's possess metal objects for some reason. It's a bit of a comedy episode, and a lot of the time, basically the girls have to hold their own against the monster, while the guys are taking the sweet time getting there. Well, that's not entirely their fault. That's the fault of the frickin' train system. When they happen to ride a frickin' bullet train, apparently they don't know how the bullet train frickin' works because they grow up on Earth, so they're not familiar with the bullet train concept. So they've had one for quite a while, and of course, it's hinted at that the officers got a thing for both girls, and they're like, ooh, this handsome guy basically may have a thing for one of us. He likes both of them. I thought it was a good comedy bit for that one, but yeah, Officer Tsubasa, the reason why he's there is just for comedy. That's the only reason why he's there. And he gets spooked with the girls just because Pink Flash decides to float and calls them monsters. Yep, that's simply the reason for that. And I'm like, really? Yes, really. I'm not really sure why, but hey, if I saw a girl floating, I'm like, wow, that's cool. Not like, oh no, it's a monster. Yeah. And that's episode 5 for you. By the way, they defeat the monster, and the guys finally show up, and the girl's like, what the heck took you so long? How about you guys deal with the monster? Because we've done for quite a while. Give us a rest. Yeah, pretty good comedy episode. That's what it is. Now, 6 is basically about where somehow their motorcycles, the Hawks, that's what they're referred to as. By the way, the motorcycles first showed up in episode 2. That's when they first showed up. And apparently, the roaring of these engines apparently plays a role in how to beat the monsters of the episode. They're getting spare parts, and that's it. Beat it. Okay. Not really much to episode 6 at all. No. It's not a comedy episode like episode 5 is. 7 is all about a balloon. Yes, a balloon. Why a freaking balloon? Well, because the monster was apparently summoned via a balloon. And apparently the Flashman have no idea how the balloon thing works. You could say it's a kind of focus on Bun, the Blue Flash. 6-1 is basically a Red Flash episode, but that was okay. This one, the whole thing with the Bloom one, it's interesting to say the least. It's not really all about the chameleon stuff. It's not that good. It's not that interesting of an episode. 8 and 9 is a good character piece, this one. This introduces basically a whole family who, basically they're here just to, basically become part of a storyline that continues, throughout. There's this doctor named Dr. Takuma, who, also 20 years prior to events of the series, his first child, because he has 2 twin daughters, where, of course, he thinks is a boy, where the boy gets taken by aliens. And he figures out in part 2 that they were all taken by aliens too when they were babies. Well, except for Ginny was 3 years old. So his thing is that he wants to make a time machine to go back in time 20 years to figure out who his what his child looks like. And that's, by the way, the monster himself is destroyed and basically reassembled by the very next episode. So, thanks to getting the technology from their ship, from the round base, he's able to go back in time, except he was back in time for like about 30 seconds, and then he was back to the present day. Yeah, he didn't even chance to step down back in the 60s. Nope, didn't get a chance to do that. He got a chance at the Tokyo Olympics, and he crashes down, and of course, by the way, they have this thing with the other dimension thing, which all it is simply someone using a sheet, like a clear silk sheet, to cover the landscape of the miniature. That's simply what it is. And they change the lighting. It's a very lazy effect. Oh, by the way, the thing in movies like, oh, it's a thing figures do this. Dun 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 dun. I can like a pup master flip the thing around. And the first 2 times was thanks to the energy of the cell. Third time was to get out of it because of the cosmic sword. Which, by the way, the thing is like powered up by, oh, let's have Flashing stare at the thing, power up his little energy thing on his forehead, and then do a flip and slice the monster in half. Yes, seriously, that's the monster in every episode so far. Like rinse and repeat. But at least in the case of these two-parter, at least felt like basically was threatening to actually hurt the monster. I think it was like in one episode, I think it was the chameleon monster, where they had to have the carrier Zord, the carrier basically fired on the Megazord itself and to get the monster off it because it transformed red. Yep. But with the exception of episodes, now, overall, 8 and 9 pretty good two-parter. 5, comedy. 6, it's okay. 7, okay at best. Yeah, we're probably long here. But you're probably all thinking, but with my second review, like, wait, Nick, are you not enjoying Flashman? I'm kind of enjoying it. I mean, I picked it because I like the aesthetic. That's the only reason I picked it. And plus, that's something common with Jetman and Shurikenser. I reviewed the two that come after this one. Yes, which did come after this one are Maskman, Liveman. In the case of the other two, I reviewed, in the case of what happened with Jetman, where I reviewed the Zoo Ranger and Die Ranger 6 years ago. In the case of Shurikenser, it was Ghost Ager and Gokaiger. It was also 6 years ago. But in the case of the two that come out this one, Maskman and Liveman, actually it started this year. Yes, so excuse me, yeah. That's the only reason I picked it, was for the aesthetic. That's the only reason I picked it. And plus, I like the late 80s stuff. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this particular review. Stay tuned for two Comic Corners. And I'll probably have more reviews for Flashman later on today. Now, I will make an announcement here. I will be doing the anime quickly, right after I finish up the first 20 episodes of Flashman, and I'm going to head back to Kamen Rider P3. What anime is going to be? I'll review that when I get to episode 25. Okay? See you. Bye.